Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're having a lovely day so far. Now, the question is, how did I end up losing nearly 3 to 4 million gold? What the heck have I been ranking up recently? Because, yeah, some people have noticed actually, whether it's in comment sections, Discord, people have noticed that I've gone from having quite a lot of gold to then having a lot less. Unfortunately, one of the biggest problems about Marvel Contest of Champions at the moment is gold. And yes, there are things that are put out there like, oh, do arena, do incursions, do this content and you get a load of gold. And it's like, it only really satisfies you for a brief amount of time before you end up needing a lot more. And a lot more is what I needed and what I still need now, which means that I'll probably this weekend have to spend a lot of my free time when I'm not gardening because, you know, I've got stuff to do at the weekend, like also like organising the wedding. There's stuff that needs to be done, but yeah, gold I need to do, so I need to do more arena. So what have I been ranking up? What I've been focusing on? Those kind of things will be answered right about now. So the first thing being Nick Fury to be a rank 5. I got very fortunate in Rifts and I picked up a Skill Awakening gem. I decided to put it onto Nick Fury and also take him up to rank 5. He will be in the future, like this is the first time like using him that I will utilize him a lot more for different content, but from a main standpoint of going like, oh, I've got a Nick Fury at rank 5. I'm actually happy with this decision. I don't think that a lot of the decisions I made about my roster, I don't think I can make a bad one because they all have some sort of viability in different content that I do. I've still got a lot of Act 6 still to do as well, so a lot of the kind of motivation for rank ups have been around that. And one of those motivations is Warlock. Now, I've started using Warlock a lot more, and I've still got a lot more training to do with this champion, but from an enjoyment perspective, I love this champion. So I definitely thought rank 2. Double immunity has some definite amazing utility with power controlling, as well as the virus infection, and also a power burn as well. Not to mention, obviously, a little bit of regen here and there. Bleeds off of the heavy attack, which I utilized a little bit as well. And all around, like a great decision. Even though Unawakened has still been like a great asset for me. So again, that's another thing as well. It's focusing on what I'm using, what I need as well. But there's stumbling blocks, as I said, with running out of gold. And I'd love to put Corvus Glaive up to be rank 2 as my 6 star. Also, I've got plans to do Mr. Fantastic as well. And yeah, I've still got the resource to kind of do it. It's just gold, man, gold. I'm going to have to do incursions. I really have to. And I honestly kind of like 2 hours, an hour out of my time. Like, that's cool. 2 hours when I'm live streaming, it's all right, but I like to interact with chat a bit more. So that's the kind of the problem with it. Like, incursions is great, and yeah, I get to interact with somebody who's you know, a friend on the actual stream itself. But it's kind of neglecting the people that have, like, you know, been loyal to the channel, supporting as you're doing now with viewing. And I like that interaction of having time to then, you know, stop what I'm doing quickly to answer a question, interact with chat, find out how people are feeling, those kind of things, which obviously is very important if you are a streamer, to engage with people on a personal level through streaming. Anyway, I digress, I waffle on. But I decided to, well, rank 5 my Hulkbuster in his current format. Yeah, quite dangerous, but I'm interested in when this buff gets dropped. Now, it's disappointing that we didn't have this for June, because I would have liked this actually in May to actually get through some Act 6 content. But the fact is, it's a very solid champion, providing Kabam haven't like changed it. Maybe I'm a bit stupid for kind of doing this too soon. Maybe Kabam might change it, I don't know, but you gotta have faith that they might keep it the way it is. I've got loads of tech stones for this, and I am tempted to kind of like just kind of apply a load in, because I want to see the extent of regen this champion will get. Actually, if it's still in there at the moment, the Hulkbuster beta version, I think, is where is it? There it is. So it's already pretty much in there for all to see in its current glory. But obviously that will kind of like, it doesn't look like from the offset that anything has massively changed, especially from a 5-star perspective. It all seems to be pretty normal. I'm just looking as well to see if there's there we go. So that's in there. Yeah, I don't think there's much that's been changed with that. It doesn't seem like it. But in any case, right? Further rank ups. Hyperion at its current standing point is at rank 4. I do plan to take this probably to rank 5 at a later date. I mainly prepare myself for a grind in, again, like Act 6 stuff. And I just want to make sure that I've got a 565 roster that has got at least about 10 to 15 that are basically covering different spectrums. Yeah, you can have your Blades and your Medusas, your Corvus Glaives and whatnot, but it's just a case of like, I want to tick all boxes and have something that is double immunity but has power control, single immunity but has great damage output, double immunity and gets a fury buff. You know what I mean? When you've kind of like, you've covered a lot of the bases of stuff that you get BS wise when it comes to Act 6, and that's the next point. There's a few kind of like odds and ends champions that I would like to take up further. There's loads, like She-Hulk, maybe back up to rank 4, who's above my head at the moment. There's also Mr. Sinister, who I would be really interested in like leveling up, ranking up, maybe even awakening at a later date. But it's like, well, I've got to really work hard on keeping those awakening gems for like an opportunity that they could be really useful. Silver Surfer, I am tempted for a prestige bump with Silver Surfer being awakened and then taken up further. I'm slightly interested, but not completely invested in the idea. Mysterio, above my head, I am interested as well. And as well, like, I've got Ghost there, but I do get very bored with overhyped champions. And not a case of like, there's nothing wrong with Ghost. It's just a case of like, when everybody goes, just use Ghost, just use this, just use that. You kind of like go like, oh, do I really want to use it? I'm not sure. And we've got Symbiote Supreme over the far left-hand corner. And I do have other champions that have like similar builds and ability, like Dr. Doom. I have Black Widow Clairvoyant, which I am thinking about rank 5ing. So this is the thing. I've got loads of options for champions to take further. You can even see the 3 new ones here. I could level them up. Level up is on at the moment, but I've got 100k gold. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not quite sure whether or not a good decision to rank up a champion and what it's motivated on is going to be beneficial, or is it going to hamper my further Act 6 progression? Because let's face it, a lot of the stuff for those nodes are just really scuffy and really, really unfair at times with that. But that's my next step, is like going, right, well, where am I taking it? I don't have the units to do Abyss of Legends. I have enough units to then start clearing a little bit of Act 6. So I'm kind of thinking like, I'm getting limbo with my MCOC career where I want to go. But I feel Act 6, at least if I've got the champions and then the rank ups, you know, that's easier than gathering the gold. I don't have to go, easy to gather the gold in arena and incursions rather than spending all my time in arena to gather the, well, if I go into arena, I gather gold. Yes, I gather units, which will be handy for Act 6. Yes, but there may be future content this will be more applicable to. And a Darkhawk as well. I've got Darkhawk, might want to do something with him. I've got Wasp. I've got so many champions to kind of 2 rank up that are really good. It's just a case of like gathering the resources, but mainly it's the gold problem at the moment for me. I'm sure that if I get past the gold problem, I'm sure I have a different problem, like Tier 1 Alpha, or Tier 2 Alpha, or Tier 5 Basic. But I'm hoping that Kabam change a lot of the elements to this of gathering. And some of the stuff that they're putting out content-wise is sort of getting there. But it's a case like it's always, you know, it's always a community keeping Kabam in check. But when it comes to stuff like going, well, look, have you really kind of looked into like your Hotel Modoc store and whether or not it really reflects where players are? And it's difficult, I get it. But the fact is, they could be doing a lot more. Like, why did it take people of the community to say, look, why haven't you put in X, Y, or Z things into this? Which, obviously, like I said, things that players need and want. Either way, those have been my rank ups that I've been doing, and I do plan to do a few others. I'll probably like remake a video like this where I put like little footage of where I'm using them, where I find them effective, and largely preparation wise, I'm building to do certain things when it comes to 6.2 and just 100%ing this. A lot of the times, a lot of the champions I've built have been to take on certain things, like Icarus has been about rank 5ing my Archangel and also utilizing Dr. Doom as a rank 5 to take this down. Over here, when it comes to life cycle, this has been, again, Archangel and Dr. Doom, so a double investment. And then here will be a case of like having Hyperion, having Heimdall, who I recently got, and as well maybe something that interworks and you know, it works well with EMP modification. So maybe a champion that is immune to those. So maybe Dr. Doom with a Heimdall synergy, I'm not sure. I need to do more experimentation, but it was a long ass time ago since I last did that. And then stuff down here, well, these are two trollish things here, and the less said about the champion boss fight, the better. So then it just then puts me over to the very specific type of interactions that really kind of work in Act 6. And it's not too bad, I'd say, with the Nick Fury fight. And as long as you've got a load of mutants, you're fine. I mean, you know, what did I use? Namor and Domino against Nick Fury. And the Havoc fight's all right. You just get a few scuffy lanes. And then as well, the next thing will be just doing a bleed champion that's able to take this down. I've got Nick Fury now. So that's the thing. Getting Nick Fury rank 5ing is going to mean that this is going to be a little bit more straightforward. So you can see what the process is like in order to make things easier for myself. And that's what I've always tried to reiterate and what I do with this particular game. Try and avoid stress and wait for the certain champions. Yes, I've spent on the game. Yes, it's allowed me to get like certain champions, but has it meant that I've been able to rank them up quickly to then make them more utilized for this type of content? And that's the key thing. You know, time and waiting for stuff. You know, you can get lucky. Yes, you can gather the resource. It will take a lot more effort to do that, and that's another stage. It's like stage 1 and stage 2. But either way, that has been my rank up process for those champions that I've decided to rank up, and why I've gone from at least 3 million gold now to just about 100,000. So it happens. In any case, that has been the video. A bit of a waffling type video, but if you enjoyed those things and enjoyed and understood the process of what I was doing with the rank ups, then thank you very much. Hit that like button. We'll see you later on for the podcast, and as well check out some fresh content over here and as well as some other stuff over here. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.